the expectations can never be met all the time. They may be met today, tomorrow they will not. If this was your theory, then the relationship will go on the rocks today or tomorrow. And why will the expectations not be met? Because everybody's chitta vritti is changing. The vritti is temperament. Our mind is made from the material energy Maya. The material energy has three gunas: sattva, rajas, tamas. The Shvetashvatar Upanishad says, Ajam ekam lohit shukla krishnam vahvi srijamanam sarupa ajo hyeko jushamano nushete jahatena bhukta bhoga vajonya. This Maya has three colors: white, red, black. In other words, there's Sattva-guni Maya, Rajoguni Maya, Tamoguni Maya. The mode of goodness, the mode of passion, the mode of ignorance. Lord Krishna has gone into great detail in the Bhagavad Gita, elaborating the three gunas to show to us the nature of the world. Whichever guna dominates, that is how our nature becomes. So, do these gunas come at a certain time in the day? No, they can come any time during the day. Do they come for a certain interval, 1 hour or 2 hours? No, they can come for 2 minutes, they can come for 24 hours. Consider them as three wrestlers. Sometimes the first has dropped the second, sometimes the second has dropped the third, or the third has dropped the first. Similarly, this battle of the gunas is taking place inside. The kind of environment you get, the chintan thought processes that you undertake, your sanskars from past lives, they all raise one guna. Let us say you are sitting and listening to a talk on spirituality. Now, this is a sattvic environment. Anger, greed, everything has subsided. But then, when you are walking out of that little door, somebody gives you a push. Now the guna has changed from inside. This guy is so insensitive, so callous. And supposing he says, are you blind, can you not see? Again the guna will change. You, I'll pull your tongue out. Tamogun, mode of ignorance has come. The mode of ignorance results in laziness, intoxication, violence, anger. The mode of passion results in inflammation of the senses, in materialistic ambitions and a spin towards the world. The mode of goodness calms the mind and enhances the virtues of kindness, compassion and knowledge. Now everybody's gunas are changing all the time. You yourself experience that your temperament fluctuates. Someday you think, oh yes, I must improve myself. What Swamiji talked about growing from within, I must passionately move ahead in that. The Sattva Gun is creating that inspiration. The next day you are thinking, I will do it, but what is the hurry? Let me check the IPL scores first of all. The Rajogun has dominated. And then some days you say, I don't know, is this the age to do it? Everybody does it in old age, why should I do it right now? Tamogun has come. Just like your gunas are changing, everybody else's gunas are also changing. The husband's gunas are changing, the wife's gunas are changing. When will there be amicability and harmony? When the gunas are alike. And if there is a conflict in the modes, that is where the friction begins.
एक बार सेंटर पे एक कपल आए. It was a case of domestic violence and the wife had decided to move away. And then they come to the center and we start talking to them about his childhood and what he had gone through. And at the end of it, she understood that it's a troubled childhood and insecurity deep inside in the husband, and that's why he was over-possessive, and that's why he would reach a stage where he could even hit her. And so at the end of it, everything, we said, okay, now go back home. And she understood that she has to help him to heal himself. And just before leaving, she says to him, guarantee karo, iske baad kabhi nahi hoga aisa. He said so sweetly, he said, honestly, I never want to do it, but I don't know what happens to me at that time. But I promise you, I'm really going to try. She said, try nahi chalega. Guarantee karo ke phir se nahi hone wala hai. And while she was talking that entire conversation, she had been crying quite a lot. So I said, sister, aap guarantee karo, aap aaj ke baad kabhi nahi roge. She said, main try karungi. It's very easy to tell other people to change. Very easy to say, change karo. Because why? The sanskar which we don't carry, we feel it's so easy to change. Compassion means कि वो चीज़ सामने वाले के लिए एक बहुत डीप रूटेड संस्कार है. वो क्या बोलने से चेंज नहीं हो सकता. To change a sanskar, we don't need advice. To change a sanskar, we don't need to say it to the person again and again, change, 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 change. To change a sanskar, we only need love, care and support. That will strengthen the soul and the soul will change their sanskar. तो अगर अपने लिए try है, तो उनके लिए भी. जो संस्कार हमारे पास नहीं होता ना, हमें वो संस्कार समझ नहीं आ सकता. If I don't carry a sanskar of doubt, I will just not understand how can you doubt people. But the other person who doesn't have a sanskar of trust will say, I just can't understand. तुम हर एक को trust करते रहते हो ऐसे. होता है कि नहीं होता ऐसा? So it's not about right and wrong. It's just that the sanskar which I carry is the sanskar I understand. It's like a language. I just don't understand another language. So we have to help each other to gradually change their sanskars, but that will only happen when we accept their existing sanskar, which means we don't need to go to anybody about what I need to do to my relationships. We can do it just by creating a shift here. So we shift from expectations is normal to what is normal? Acceptance is normal. Every day, just do it for 1 month and see. Every day, make this the mantra of your life. I accept each one as they are.
A man, much reserved by nature, was very hesitant to ask his boss for a raise in his salary. One Friday morning, he got up and told his wife, I will do it today, darling. I shall ask my boss for a raise in my salary. As the man came to his office, he was extremely nervous, anxious, and very apprehensive all throughout the day to speak up. Late in the afternoon, as he approached his boss, finally he gathered the courage to speak up and ask for a raise in his salary. Much to his delight, the boss agreed. The man was on the top of the world. And when he came back home, he saw a beautiful dinner table, fine crockery set on the table, beautiful candles lit up. His wife had prepared a festive meal to celebrate the occasion. He guessed someone from the office may have tipped her off and informed her about it. Anyways, he got into the kitchen, hugged her, gave her the good news, and came and sat down to have his meal. Right there on the table was a card. When the man picked up the card and read the contents, the card said, "Congratulations, darling. I knew you'll get that salary raise. These things, the dinner table, the crockery, the candles, the fine meal, all of these things are to tell you how much I love you." Prep by prep, the lady served her husband, and as she went back into the kitchen finally to bring the dessert, from the pocket of her apron fell another card unknown to her. The man picked up the card, and as he read the contents of the card, he had tears in his eyes. On the card was written, "Don't worry, darling, even if you did not get that salary raise, you deserve much more than that. This dinner table, this crockery, these fine candles, this fantastic meal, all these things are simply meant to tell you how much I love you." Total acceptance, total love, total support. Her love for him was unconditional. It did not depend on his success at work. In fact, it was exactly the opposite. If he were to fail, if he were to be rejected, he would have needed that total acceptance and support all the more. And she would be there by his side to support him, softening the blows, healing his wounds, believing in him, loving him. Even if we were to be rejected by the whole world, if we have one person in our lives who can totally accept us, totally believe in us, totally love us, and totally support us, we can certainly achieve what we want and reach where we want to go. Therefore, surround yourselves with people who believe in you and accept you totally, regardless of your successes or failures. And also be that person for someone, regardless of their successes or their failures.